Want to make money selling t-shirts online, but you're not an artist and you don't even know where to start? I've made thousands of dollars selling t-shirts that I made in under 20 minutes using super simple designs and no fancy software. This is my exact step-by-step process for how I create a best-selling print-on-demand t-shirt design to sell on Etsy, Merch by Amazon, Redbubble, or any other print-on-demand site you would like to sell on. I'm Hannah, and on this channel, I share about making passive income, building wealth, and scaling your print-on-demand business. If that is something you're interested in, I would love it if you'd consider giving this video a like and subscribing down below for new videos every single Tuesday and Thursday. The first and most important thing when it comes to selling t-shirts online is finding a great niche. You can have the best design in the world, but if you are trying to compete in a really saturated niche or in a niche that nobody is even looking for, the best design will not make any sales. Good graphics and designs on your t-shirts are so important, but I actually always spend more time researching and validating good niches than I do even creating the design that's going to go on my products. When I first started my print-on-demand journey, I felt so lost trying to find what niches were going to work for me. I would spend so much time researching and then not end up with a lot of good results from that. But I finally invested in getting the tool Merch Informer, and that has completely changed the game for me when it comes to finding and creating good niches. Before I even begin creating a product that I'm going to put on Amazon, I am first going to log into my Merch Informer account like I'm gonna do right here. Okay, so I am logged into my Merch Informer account right now. This is where I am always going to start to find my best-selling t-shirt ideas. One of the ways that I like to do this is to go over to product research, and I'm gonna go to the trend tracker. So I want to look for what has been a best-selling product for the past few months. So I'm gonna go to the past 3 months, and I wanna look at shirts that have a 1,000 to 200,000 bestseller rank. And I'm gonna search that and see what comes up. So right away, you can see it's pulling up items that have been selling really well over the past 3 months. And a lot of times I will look through these pages and get some great ideas. I actually have an entire video where I shared exactly how to do this method, and it really does work for me. So many of my best-selling shirts I've gotten this way. But today I also wanna use another really cool tool that I've been loving on Merch Informer, and that is actually the merch calendar. So this is super awesome because it literally lays out every single national day there is, different holidays. So if you are ever just looking for some inspiration and ideas, the content calendar is a really great place to start. So since we're in September right now, typically I like to look at least a couple months ahead. So I think October is even getting a little too close to try and target any of these days. And then let's see. Okay, November. Let's see if we can find anything here. So right away, this deviled eggs day is kind of sticking out to me. That could be fun. Or the origami day, that could be a really cool one to target. Okay, so I know this says that it is for Germany, but the Advent season is starting. We are getting towards Christmas. So Advent is those 4 weeks before Christmas where people are counting down. So I think that actually might be a really cool niche to target, kind of lean into that Christmas, but maybe have a little bit less competition. So the next thing that I am always gonna do once I kind of have an idea of a niche that I want to target, I'm gonna use the competition checker on Merch Informer. And I'm just gonna go ahead and search that word, and it's gonna tell me if it's even worth targeting or not. All right, so this is gonna always give you a score A to F, obviously A being the best and F being the worst. And right away, I can see it is giving me an A rating. So I typically only try and target products that either have an A or a B in this competition checker. So this is definitely one I think I'm gonna want to pursue. And so right now we can see there's about a little over 2,000 products with the word Advent in them, and 15 of them have sold. So it's gonna take into account how many products and how many of them are sold when it gives you your rating. If something doesn't have any sales, but there's a lot of it uploaded, that's what's gonna give you probably like an F rating. And then it also is gonna pull up the best sellers in this niche. So as I'm looking at these, actually, I think we can probably do something better. There are some cute ones, but a lot of them are pretty basic and just, I don't know, the graphics aren't really good. So I think this is one that we can probably find something better. If Merchant Former is the kind of tool that you've been looking for, I would love it if you would use my link below. I am an affiliate of them, so if you do choose to purchase through that link, it does help me out. The next step in my t-shirt creation process is probably one of the most important, but it's often the one that people tend to skip or overlook. Your print-on-demand business is so valuable, and you never want to risk getting your account terminated or taken down. So I always am going to trademark check the niche that I just researched. I don't use any fancy tool or software to do this. I just use the free website Trademark Electronic Search System. I'll definitely have that link down below for you guys to use too. Simply plug in the phrase that you're thinking about using on your shirt and search it to see if anyone owns the trademark for that phrase or word. Now we're going to look up the phrase that we want to target. So I'm going to try and target the first Sunday of Advent. Okay, so right away I can see that there are no records of that. Okay, just to be safe, I'm going to look up the phrase Advent candle. Okay, also that one doesn't have any results. Let's also look up Advent wreath. Okay, no records for that. So I think this is one we're gonna be able to target, the first Sunday of Advent. This step literally takes less than a minute, but it could help you not risk terminating your account. There are so many basic words and phrases that you wouldn't even imagine somebody could have a trademark on, but they are trademarked. So be careful, even if you think the niche is safe, I would always make sure and check it just in case. The next step in our t-shirt creation process is going to be creating the graphic that is going to go on your shirt. If you are not an artist or can't draw something to save your life, do not worry, you can still do print on demand. There are so many sites to get pre-made graphics that are available right at your fingertips, but one that I've been loving and using for a couple years is All Sunsets and All American Graphics. On All Sunsets, they have so many ready-to-use graphics in that retro sunset color scheme and style that is really popular, especially on Merch by Amazon. And then on All American Graphics, they have really popular niches in graphics with American flags in the background. That's also a type that sells really well for me on Merch by Amazon. So many of my top sellers on Amazon, Redbubble, and Etsy are all just made using All American Graphics or All Sunsets. They literally have hundreds of niches and hundreds of graphics like these ones to choose from. I actually do have a graphic design background and I love to create new things, but in a passive income business model, you need to be prioritizing doing things that are actively making you money and getting you more sales. I could spend hours hand drawing a graphic that was going to go on one t-shirt, but there are so many free and paid tools out there that already have pre-made graphics for you that I would rather spend that same amount of time getting tons of uploads to my different accounts instead of just using that to create one design. Okay, so now I am going to search on All Sunsets for something that we can use in our design. So right away, I am thinking about using the phrase, maybe candle, because that's an important part of Advent. Okay, so right away, I found something that I really like. It is already Christmassy. It's got that lantern with snow and that really fun retro Christmassy background. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and download that now. It's going directly into my downloads. And then let's see if there's maybe anything else that's better. Let's look up Christmas tree. And some of these are sunsets that you can kind of use as a background, and then we find another graphic to use on top. So I actually really like this evergreen trees cut out, and I'm liking this Christmas tree ornament with a plaid pattern, because maybe we could put something Advent-y on top of that. So we've got a few options that we can use. Now that I've picked out the graphic that I want to use from All Sunsets, I am simply going to take that and bring it into my Canva account. There are so many fancy graphic design softwares out there when it comes to print on demand, but the one I come back to time and time again is my Canva Pro account. It makes it so easy to do literally anything I could want for a t-shirt on Canva, and it is super user-friendly. If you've never designed anything in your life, you will be able to hop onto Canva and create something today that's gonna look amazing. Okay, so now I am logged into my Canva Pro account, and I am just gonna go ahead and create a design. So I'm gonna do a custom size in that 4,500 by 5,400, which is pretty standard for a merch t-shirt and just what I like to design for. All right, so we are starting out with a blank canvas, and I usually like to just turn this black because I find it's easiest to use. And then I am gonna go over to uploads and go ahead and upload the new graphics that we just picked out from All American Graphics. Okay, so let's get our graphic on here. That is already super cute. I can tell that's gonna be good. And then now we need to think about what we want to put on our shirt. So I do know that the advent calendars, they represent hope, joy, love, and peace. So maybe we can incorporate something like that. I'm gonna put advent here at the bottom. So let's see, I want to find maybe like a script font to use. I don't think that is bold enough. Let's put these in that playlist script too. And I think I'm going to try and curve it. I think that would be really cute on this. So the nice thing about the Canva Pro membership is you can do all sorts of stuff like this with your text. I'm gonna make this a little bigger. And then just because the white on that yellow, I think I'm actually going to put a little bit of a shadow just to make them pop a little bit. Now I'm going to go ahead and download that. I think that looks pretty good. And you want to make sure that you're always downloading them with that transparent background. If you've never tried Canva before, they also have a free membership that is great too. It doesn't have all the capabilities and features of the Pro membership, which I love and rave about. But if you just want to try it out, I definitely recommend at least trying Canva once on their free plan. I'll also have Canva linked down in my description too, so if you check it out, I would love it if you would use that link. Now that we have a great niche that we know is safe, and we found a graphic and created an amazing design, it's time to upload that to your print-on-demand platform of choice. Today, I'm going to be using Merch by Amazon. This is just one of my biggest platforms that I love to use and consistently get sales from. All right, so now I'm logged into my Merch by Amazon account, and I'm just going to go ahead and upload that new artwork that we made together. Looks pretty good. And then you could definitely, for something like this, I probably would add it to a couple colors that I thought went with the season. That looks good. Once you've gotten your artwork uploaded, it's time to work on the title and description of your product. This is arguably one of the most important parts when it comes to Etsy, Amazon, Redbubble, or any other print-on-demand platform, because this is what is going to tell your customers and the platform what type of product this is. So it is really important to get the SEO for this part right. Since this is so important, I've actually created an entire video right here where I'm gonna take you through how I create my title and descriptions that get me sales consistently. So make sure you watch that next if you wanna know how to really optimize your listings on Merch by Amazon. Thanks so much for watching, and I can't wait to hear what kinds of designs you guys come up with.